Listen to all the whiny butts. They all think I got something for them. Actually, I do. Daughter number one's been spending the nights up at her other grandma's because my father-in-law, brother-in-law, and a buddy of theirs are in eastern Montana hunting right now. Last I heard, my father-in-law got a deer, I think the first day. Brother-in-law got one like the second or third day. And his buddy, last I heard, hadn't got one yet. So they're there till Thursday, I think, next Thursday. Maybe it's Wednesday, I don't know. But this is Wednesday anyway. The wrong Wednesday for them. End of October. So I don't know, it must be the 30th, I guess. Oh, my God. Cold weather's starting to hit me. It's the cold and the damp. Gets into my sinuses, messes up my ears, then hits my throat. And then I tell Blue to get his nose away from her. He doesn't need to be nipping at her nose. She didn't do nothing to him. Anyway, I thought I'd jump on here this morning and say thank you to some new subscribers I got. Then I was going to give shout outs to a couple that got some pretty decent content, and my mind's going blank. Story of my life. American Tradesman, he's one. I've seen about 3 or 4 of his videos. We've been chatting back and forth between comment sections on mine and sections on his. Pretty good stuff. Lays with some equipment, works on some equipment. Yeah, I'm tipping you up there. There's cows. Another one is Wall Street Homestead. Couple in Kansas, live in a small town, and he's got him a job in town, but he's got a fair number of days between they work in shifts, and he's got days between where he's got quite a bit of time to help people out. So he runs equipment for some local farmers and shows some nice scenery, like I try to show you guys some scenery, and excuse me. The scenery he shows is just stuff that I've never seen. Actually, I've probably seen it, but, at 40,000 feet looking straight down, it doesn't look the same. Really doesn't look the same. And, for me, seeing some of that stuff where he's in Kansas, and my grandparents moved from Kansas in 1934 when things weren't good. Grandpa worked for the railroad, and his boss... He also farmed too, and his boss comes to him one day and says, "How would you like to move to Oregon?" And he says, "Well, I don't know. I've never been there." And his boss says, "Well, I know you got nothing on the farm, and right now all you got is working here in the shop. And they need a shop foreman in Portland." So that's how our family got here. He ended up moving just outside of Beaverton, Oregon, about 12 miles from where we're at now. And he had 2 brothers that kind of followed him west. They ended up around Yakima, Washington, I believe. They used to come down to visit when I was little, but, hey, those little guys, they've been gone a long time. Those little guys helped build this country, Anyway, I got a feed since number one's down at the coast with her other grandmother this morning. They went down yesterday, and they just needed a getaway. It's like 24 degrees this morning here. I don't know what it is once you get out of this hole. Yesterday morning, I guess it was about 4 or 5 degrees cooler up out of the hole, so... And I can get my exercise. If I could show you walking the plank, I'd do it. So I think I've had daughter number one on the plank once and caught her on camera. But for now, I got a bunch of buckets to pour out, bunch to fill. I will catch up a little more later. Stare at the mess. Yeah, I wish it wasn't here, but it is. Kind of like that fuel tank. I wish that was below the shop, replacing the smaller ones that are there. And let me see. engine parts underneath there. I wish they were all back in an engine and it was running, because God, it'd be nice to have 2 skid steers running again. Not that we ever had that one, the dead one, running, but we did run 2 at one time. So, alright, I gotta get my butt to work. It's been a slow morning. I didn't sleep well, and say, it's catching up to me. So, I'll get more later. But for now, there's your parting shot. Well, that part's ready for new fence. Haven't heard from, well, actually I have 2. I've been in contact with the guy's insurance company. Apparently he hasn't. They showed on their computer where he called in on Sunday and apparently didn't leave any information. So, I mean, hopefully he's not going to be a jackwad. I do actually have his name now. The first lady I talked to at the insurance company let his last name out when she was talking to me. And the gal that called me yesterday let out his first name. So now I got his name. I have no idea where he lives yet. I mean, there's 3 roads that all, well, 1, 2, 3, 4 different directions he can start to from within a half mile of where I'm at if he was headed home. And once he does that, there's lots of different directions, and he may be somebody that uses this road as a shortcut from the other side of the hill. Who knows? But hopefully they get in contact with him and he does the right thing and lets them know what really happened, because I really don't want to have to go mess with the sheriff's office to get everything done, and I really don't want to have to go find the guy, and I don't think he wants me to find him either. But being I'm alone today because number 1's still goofing off, made this so it's cut down enough that the gate can hinge, go against the fence instead of having to swing out in the road, and filling the dip in here and getting it shored up around the end of the culvert, since, you know, part of that's old age and part of that's from everybody in the last 3 months that's tried to drive over the end of it instead of staying on the road. Oh, I gotta bring a few more big rocks down, probably 2 more scoops of that stuff, and get it packed in there good, and that'll be done. Never did get a hold of the county about the grate down there, but you know, if I get mad enough, I'll just bring the track hoe down and park it in the middle of the road and put a ditch back in for them, and then see if they want to come and offer to arrest me. For some reason, they get narrow-minded if you actually repair their screw-ups or try to fix the road. Had a neighbor years ago, right in front of his house, the gravel road would pothole out quick. And he'd go out with his little D2 and spend about 10 minutes, smooth it up, pack it in, and it'd be good for a while. Yeah, they sent the cops out to have a little chat with him. So, but anymore, they ain't smart enough to figure stuff out. So, hey, it's lunchtime. I'm going back, get some lunch, and get some more gravel. More to come, I think. The fun stuff when it's cold out. At least they didn't drain it. They still got the creek, so this one's not too bad. And unfortunately, we're above ground right here. This one's probably the best one because, yes, the sun does hit this hydrant decent in the morning sometimes. This one used to be, there's a pipe right there in the middle of the screen goes up to the roof of the barn. Used to be a real pain in the butt, which meant when it did freeze, usually that whole pipe was froze. And we'd have to go over here, uncoil that hose and hope it wasn't froze, or find another hose that wasn't froze and run over here. But this works pretty good. We're still overhead to that trough over there because there's really no place to go. It's in the middle of a lot. Well, 2 lots. And it's all made to drain. That one, the hose is laying just right on it. If we unhook the other end and get the water out of the other end, as they drink down a little bit, it will drain out through the float. And it's been doing it, so hopefully keep it going that way. And, you know, plans always change. I'd hope to have the lot cleaned out by now, and we need to get hauling manure again. But I spent most of yesterday down the road finishing some stuff up there before the new fence goes in. Clean that barn out. It gets done about once every 5 years. And hey, there's a gate and some fence. Anybody want it? in perfect shape. And I needed to take some rock down there and put in around the water trough. We try to keep all our water troughs up. This one's actually on concrete. There's a couple different steps of concrete in it. They got to step up to it, so they're not as likely to back up to it and poop in it. And down the road's on a wood platform, and they just, you know, they're around it so much, they just chew the ground down around it. And it was about, the platform's it's on top of 6x6s, and there are 3x12s nailed to it. And generally, you know, the bottom of the 6x6 should be ground level, but ground level was about a foot below that. So that took a few trips with the loader taking some stuff down. I still need to get some pictures down there to send to that insurance company. They got the pictures of the car in the fence and at night with the red and the blue lights flashing, so every picture is a different color. But I didn't get any pictures yet. Should have took some before we started cleaning it up, but you know, we got to get it back together. I ain't got time to mess around. So it was cleaned up before I ever thought about it. But hey, nice warm morning. It's 9:30 and still, I think the thermometer said 26 degrees when I come out of the house, but my phone tells me it's 24 degrees. So some things are froze solid, some things not so much by the looks of it. But anyway, maybe I'll get down there in a little bit and get more. I already got some to put this with. So if I don't, hey, you know, like, subscribe, ring the bell. I see I've got some more new subscribers. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. And of course, all my old subscribers. I mean, my oldest subscriber can be like 4 or 5 months. That's fine. I like that. Somebody that chose to follow me and check things out. And I know you can't see it. Dead center in the screen, there's a killdeer running around. We were down there the other day. Went down. Number 2 said she saw a coyote down there by the pump site in the brush and went down there. No, I don't know what it was. We didn't find anything. But there's, just on this hillside right below the cow lot, there was probably about 2 dozen killdeer running all over the place. Some reason they like it through there. I don't know why. Anyway, maybe I'll get some more on here. Maybe I won't. Either way, catch me later. Well, I moved everything else the other day. So y'all got to see some cold starts. I don't know if I can get, there we go. 5288. Don't do much. Try to think how many hours are on this since we worked on it. It's got about 2,300 hours on it, I think, since we give it a quickie overhaul. Lost a ring on a piston, broke the piston. It's on number 6. And before that, we did injectors. They went bad. I think that's what led to number 6. Seems to me that was the worst injector. But it broke one of the rings. The ring broke the land out on the piston and put a pretty good groove in the liner. And when we did it, it's like, well, we need a piston. Piston by itself with rings on it cost more than the liner with the piston with rings on it. So we did it that way, but we did not pull the liner. We made the decision that everything looks fine, nothing's leaking, leave it alone, put it together. If you're going to do one of them, you may as well do all of them. And, you know, a whole lot cheaper to throw a piston in the hole and put new rings in and put new bearings. So she's got, almost 8,400 hours on her. Still starts like it did 6,000 hours ago. Actually, I had a little better power than it did for a little while. The rings were bad. But all I did on that one liner was we just honed the hell out of it. Got it smoothed up enough to where really compression's up where it belongs. You could still feel where the spot was, but hey, we can live with as long as you're in the spec zone on the compression, we can live with that. So, kind of a screwed up day. We got to get the cows off that pasture. There's nothing left. She's sitting there flipping me off, I think. Didn't mean to get her in the shot. The horses have, from the bridge and up by those fir trees and everything straight back. So they've got about 15 acres of pasture just because the way the creek runs through, we can't split it up anymore. And they're going to come in here. That's the problem. The horse pasture is the equipment storage. So this is sitting in the middle of it. But they got to have a little room where they beat each other up. One boy and two girls, and one girl's just wacko. So get this thing moved, get the cows moved, and I know we're going to spread some manure down there. I want to finish up where we started, across the bridge up there to the left behind those fir trees where we started. Even though it's all grown up, but we also cleaned up where fences were and disked that down and smoothed it up, so I really don't want the cows on it. There's more than enough growth, but I don't want them up there. They're just going to screw up what we smoothed up until it gets some grass going again. So, yeehaw! Just another wonderful day in the neighborhood. Oh yeah, there you got the last cold start. Unless I do one with the skid steer, but it's parked in the shop. It's like 50 degrees in there. It's good. It's about, I don't know if we hit 30 yet or not. We probably did. We might be even like 33, 34. I don't know. Sun makes it feel good anyway. Alrighty. See if I get this up today. If not, I'll get it up sometime. This is Thursday. I'll figure out what day it is. Thanks for watching. Catch me later.